Hello. I'm on just a few minutes early just to give some time for everybody to come in and let me say hello. So I've got my cast iron skillet greased and butter ready. Gonna wait for a few folks to pop in and we'll get started at 4 o'clock. Hello, hello. Make sure you say hello when you come in. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Hi, Neil. How are you? I'm just waiting a few minutes, let everybody come in. I want to be able to say hello to those that are coming in. 'Cause once I get started, it's hard to read the chat. I hope everyone had a good Halloween. Ours was not that great. Not a whole lot of neighborhoods participating this year. So I wind up just stopping in the Dollar General and picking up a few bags of candy for the kiddos and for us. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mick. How are you? Just going to give it a few minutes so that I can see or say hello to everybody coming in. Because once I get started, it's kind of hard to read the chat. Hey, Alfonso. How are you? Let me fix this. Neil, you're pretty good at watching the chat. I'm going to make you a moderator so you can keep an eye for me if you don't mind. Hey, Carly. Oh yeah, I turned the sub um, comments for subs only to help kind of keep any potential troubles out. But thank you for coming in. I hope you're all doing good. You got snow. Ugh. The kind of snow we get here is not your normal, typical snow. So I don't know what it's like, but I'm not ready for snow. It's cold. I think the temperature's in the low 20s tonight. I'm glad you finally got the stickers. I wonder how long it would take with that type of mailing um, stamp thing. You don't want the snow, it hurts your eyes, it burns. Yeah, it's bright. Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for coming in. I'm just trying to give a few minutes before I go or get started so that I can say hello to everybody. Are y'all ready for Thanksgiving? Like it's the day after Halloween. Like it's just boom, it's time to go. I'm not ready to think about Christmas yet. Not ready. But it's coming and we have to get ready for that too. Especially the crafting people's probably already started on crafting for that. Hey Brett, it's cold here. Is it summer yet? I'm kind of like the in between. Like I like spring and fall, but for some reason we're not getting fall anymore. It just goes from being hot as crap to um, cold. It was literally 80 something degrees Sunday. Monday morning, woke up, it was 62. Um, 62 degrees yesterday morning. By night, fall, it was in the 30s. We were paying for air conditioner the day before and paying for heat the next. Doesn't make any sense. That's all right. Thanks for coming in. I gotta fix. I haven't been live in so long. I have to fix my moderators because I think they just fall off if like you don't go live, or I don't know. I don't know how this works. Hey Dawn, how are you? Hey Jamie. I think I'm hitting y'all as you all come in. Okay, all right. It's a few minutes after. We'll get started. Hello to everybody. Thank y'all for coming. It's been a while. I haven't been live in a while. Not been doing a whole lot of cooking. It's been way too hot. And I don't like to bake when it's hot. It heats up the house and all that. So I just don't do a whole lot. We do a lot of sandwiches, cold meals, pastas, you know, salads, that kind of thing when it's hot. So not a whole lot of cooking, but it's cool now. I think the temperatures are going to stay kind of steady in the cooler area, so I'm going to jump into the baking. No, I was early. I wanted to make sure I was able to come in and say hello first, because once I get started, it's hard to see the chat. So I just want to say hello. I've missed you guys. I'm glad to be back. We had some fun this summer. I wanted to take advantage of being with my kiddos while they were still out of school, and they've gotten back into school and trying to get back into a routine. So my cast iron skillet. Okay, so I just wanted to show, like, this is the important part of Southern cornbread. Okay, you have got to use a cast iron skillet. It gives it the crust that you need, that crunchy. And the object is to make sure your pan is extremely greased. I coated it with lard. That's just to protect the pan and help keep it seasoned. I also put butter in the bottom. So this is going to go right in the oven right now at 400 degrees. It'll stay in there until I'm ready to pour my batter in, and we'll get started on that. So I'm gonna go pop this in the oven so it gets nice and hot and sizzly, and then we'll get started making the cornbread. Okay, all right, I'm gonna try to keep up with chat, but most of you know each other, so have fun, chit chat, and we're gonna get started on our cornbread. So I'm doubling the recipe. I did put the recipe that I'm using in the description for the cornbread, but I'm doubling it, so it's gonna be much more, or more than what you would bake if you're just making it an 8-inch skillet. I have a 10-inch skillet, so I'm doubling it. This cornbread is what I use to make my cornbread dressing. So this is why I'm starting with this recipe. So if you want the type of dressing that I make, my family has always made, so that's the recipe I'm using. Feel free to make it your own. Sorry about the trash can and the display in the background. I don't really have a great setup to cook live. What would you do if you were a turkey knowing that Thanksgiving is approaching and it's approaching very fast? Disguise myself. Dress like a bunny. Exactly, Dawn. Disguise a turkey. All right, so I'm using, you can use any cornmeal you like. Hey, Angelina. I have white self-rising corn meal. Somebody left the dog outside. All right, so I have 4 cups going in. The rest standard recipe for an 8-inch pan is 2 cups. So like I said, I'm doubling everything. So it would, depending on the size skillet, how much you want to make, yada, yada, yada. So I'm doubling the recipe. That's 4 cups. And you're going to mix your dry ingredients first. So 4 cups, half a cup of sugar. That gets kind of sifted over here, let the clumps of sugar and all that mixed together. I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to use my same bowl. Again, doubling the recipe. Hey, Robin. Hey, Kelly. So 2 eggs for me. Again, you can double it. The standard recipe is in the comments. So 2 eggs, 1 3/4 cup of buttermilk, which I think I need to double that. I don't think that I did. Maybe I did. I may have to hop up and look at my recipe to make sure. And this is why it's hard to go live and cook at the same time. Okay, always mix your wet ingredients first. Do not over mix your cornbread. Let me check my recipe to make sure, because I may need more buttermilk. And I did. So I've got my buttermilk. So another 1 3/4 cup. So that's almost a quart. Almost. There's probably like inches. I'm gonna pour that in there with my eggs. Like I said, you want to mix all of your wet ingredients first. Get it nice and incorporated. Okay, my butter. You can use butter, you can use shortening, you can use oil. In good southern fashion, I'm using butter. Absolutely. I try to give everybody a wrench in here. It makes it easier for you to connect and talk to others. You're terrible at cooking. I've been cooking for a long time. Long time. All right, wet ingredients. Dump it right in. Probably gonna hear my cat, well, my daughter's cat in the background. She left her down here, so she's gonna whine. Okay, fold it in. Yeah, I know you use oil for yours, Mom. But you know me, I like butter better. I don't keep a whole lot of oil in the house for some reason. I don't know why. Just kind of fold it in. It's okay if it's a little lumpy. It's not gonna hurt anything. Just make sure you get to the bottom and get all that cornmeal mixed in the bottom. Yeah, there's a cat in the house. It's my daughter's baby. She's got her spoiled rotten to where she basically doesn't know what to do with herself unless she's being held. Like I said, don't overmix, just fold. Fold it in. Don't overmix your cornbread. I got rid of the dogs so the dogs wouldn't wouldn't make a bunch of noise and bark in the background. The kids took the dogs upstairs into their room and left the cat. So instead of barking, we're gonna hear meowing. Okay, that's ready. I'm gonna stick these dishes in the sink and put my buttermilk up and grab my hot pan. Yes, cornbread, but I'm making chicken and dressing. So the start of the dressing is cornbread. So you have to make the cornbread first. All right, be right back. I know, Molly. Hi, hello, Molly. Come here. I know. Oh, goodness. Here's Molly. Say hello, Molly. All right, I'm going to put her out and then wash my hands now. Grab my hot skillet. Okay, hot skillet, melted butter. Gonna pour it in. You hear it sizzle? That's what you want. That gives it that good crusty crust on there that we want, what we're looking for. Smooth that out. Going straight in the oven. Okay, all right, that's gonna bake for 20 minutes, about. It may take a little longer since I doubled it. We'll see. All right, cracked green bean casserole. A little different take on the normal green bean casserole. So, keep an open mind. All right, my skillet is hot. I'm going to throw in half a pack of bacon. That's just kind of chunked up. Get that going, nice and crispy. Get all that bacon fat and liquid gold. This is just regular bacon. You can use the bacon of your choice. All right, I have everything, my spices and everything is ready. So with my bacon, I'm gonna set my spices over here to the side. You can use the spices of your choice. This is just what I chose. Move this. And I have one medium onion diced. You can chop it. If you don't like onion, you don't have to use onion. It was my daughter's birthday last weekend, so I'm using leftover plates for easy cleanup. If you don't like to cook, paper plates are your best friend when it comes to easy cleanup. All right, bacon, onion in the pan. Get it nice and crispy bacon. Get the onions translucent. Keep it cooking. I like to move it around and kind of coat the onions in that bacon grease as the bacon cooks down. Can you see it okay? Thank you, Robin. She turned 10. Now we have 2 more birthdays. We have another one that'll turn 10 December, and then my boy is turning 16. They're all growing up. Fast. Kids grow up so fast. When you can smell the cornbread, it's nearly done. I figured I wasn't going to be able to smell it because I'm right over, right over the bacon and onion over here. I used a white onion. Use whatever you want. Your oldest girl's turns 32 in December 30th. Oh. Yeah, I give everybody a wrench, basically. If I know you, we talk a lot. We're in other groups or channels together. I know you're good. It makes it easier for you guys to connect to each other, even though I think most of us run in the same groups anyway. I'm making you hungry. Can you overnight me a plate full? Did you know there's laws to that? At least here at our post office. I don't know. There's like a cottage law or something. I don't know. Something of that sort. You're not really supposed to mail food. I didn't know that. But we do cookies and stuff. I even gave you a wrench. Shame on me. What was I thinking? Hi, William. You don't like onion? Yeah, I like onion. Certain things. I don't mind the cooked onion. I don't mind cooked onion. Raw onion, I'm not going to sit and just eat a wedge of it or anything like some folks with like beans and stuff. But I like a little raw onion on chili dogs. I do like it. I like it on a hamburger. They ask if it's a perishable item. Yeah, I've not tried to like mail anything, like breads or anything, but I know we've done it, cookies and stuff in the past. Most of my family lives out of town, so we have to mail a lot, especially around the holidays. Keep that bacon moving. Uh-oh. What is with the onions and what is cracked green bean casserole? That's what we're making. I've made a video on just the cracked green beans in general. So in my rendition, I like to try different things. So I thought I would make it into a green bean casserole, which is a step up from your typicals. Hey, spirit in the sky. Some post office don't allow you to send any food, and some do. It depends on where you live. Yeah, I never knew it was such a problem. I didn't. And I checked on sending some fresh bread to my dad, and they wouldn't let me do it overnight. So we're just cooking this bacon and onion. If you don't like onion, you don't have to put onion in it. It's not a big deal. So the cracked green beans are bacon, onion, brown sugar, balsamic vinegar, and I may be missing something. I'm not putting all of that into this because some of it I'm not too sure how it would turn into with the casserole. But some of the spices I'm using. Bacon's good all the time, so why not? And then it's just your typical green bean casserole with the cream of mushroom soup and the fried onions. I don't know if I'm missing anything. Free matter for the blind mail is supposed to be handled as first class mail, but not every post office handles it that way. Yeah, maybe not. Our mailing system really stinks here. It takes quite a while, like over a week for some of our mail to get actually sent out. I live in a very rural area though, so I guess that's to be expected, along with the rest of the world and short-staffed. Hey, Mama One. Hey, ABD. Doo-doo-doo. I'm trying to catch you as you come in to give everybody their wrenches. So just keep that bacon and onions moving around. Keep it nice and coated. Just until the onions are translucent and the bacon's kind of crispy. I don't like bacon real crispy, like if I'm just eating it by itself, but for this recipe, I think it needs to be pretty crispy. So we'll just keep it moving. You fell asleep, but you're here now. Aw, thanks for coming in. The sound of food is making you hungry. Yeah, I've not ate today yet, so the smell of this bacon's really making my stomach churn over here. So I've got half a pack of bacon and 1 medium onion. You wouldn't be good with cooking stream, too much microwaving. Microwaving's not cooking. That's just heating stuff up. I've got my cornbread already in the oven. For those of you just coming in, we started by preheating the oven at 400, putting our cast iron skillet in there with some butter and some lard, and got that in there while we mixed up our cornbread mixture. When that pan is screaming hot, you pour that mixture in there. You want to make sure your skillet sizzles when you put your mixture into the skillet. That's the object. Get that pan screaming hot. So that's already in the oven. I've got it set for 20 minutes. I doubled the recipe, so I'm not real sure if it may take a little longer. Usually, my mom's in here. Usually we just go by the smell. When you can smell it, it's ready. It's nice and brown and toasted on top, golden brown on top. I have put the instructions, directions, ingredients all in the description. If you're interested in making it, this is the cornbread I use to make my dressing with. So that's what we're starting with. I'm making chicken and dressing for dinner tonight. You should leave your cornbread out to kind of get stale overnight. But I wanted to make it live with you all. We will be making dressing together though. So I'll start another pan of cornbread maybe next week, the week after. I'm going to try to do 2 recipes a week. So I'd love to do this every day. My schedule doesn't work that well for all that. Is Mr. Red home yet? No, not yet. He's still working. Kids are home. They ate. And I shooed them along upstairs with the dogs. Dressing or stuffing, because I hear there's a difference. Definitely there is a difference. Dressing is in a pan. Stuffing's what you put in a turkey. I think stuffing is probably a little more savory, more spices, more herbs in there. Just because it's supposed to help season the turkey, flavor the turkey. But stuffing is stuffing a turkey. Dressing is what you cook in a pan. I'm making chicken and dressing for dinner tonight with the green bean casserole. Hope you didn't miss anyone. You're still at work, yeah. Today is my day off. I rested quite a bit, didn't get anything else done besides preparing for this live. Okay. It's just about ready. The bacon's getting some good color on it. The onions are getting color, getting translucent and a little color to them. I like it. And I'm just going to throw everything in here and mix it up, and then I'll pour it in my casserole dish. Bread for stuffing, dressing is cornbread with small amount of biscuit to hold it together. Okay, yeah, I didn't think about that. Preparing for live is hard. Absolutely. Absolutely. You gotta get everything ready. And then I still missed out. I messed up on the buttermilk. Because I doubled my recipe and I was just going through. Hi, honey bun. There's Mr. Red. He's getting a sneak peek of what's for dinner tonight. Keep this going. Man, this smells really good. Sneak peek for dinner. He already knew what I was making. I've been trying to gather the ingredients in the past week to make all these recipes. You need smell-o-vision, yes. I don't know why we're so behind in that type of technology. Why we don't have it yet, I don't know. I'm trying to get this bacon just a little on the crispy side. I don't want it real chewy. It's smaller pieces, but I'm going to turn it up just a smidge and see if that helps. Angelina. I bet he has his tool bag. I bet he has his tool bag on. No, I think he may be on his way back. Bacon and onion always smell really good. I'm going to go ahead and start adding my seasoning because I kind of want it to help caramelize the onion and the bacon, because one of my ingredients is brown sugar. Don't knock it. It's going to be sweet and savory. Your customer cook burgers and hot dogs with baked beans and salt for y'all? What? They must be very appreciative of y'all fixing their unit. Okay, so I dumped in 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Just a little bit. Like I said, I want it to help caramelize the bacon and the onion. It's definitely going to be a sweet and savory dish. If that's not your thing, you suck. Because that's mine. Bye, Carly. Thank you so much for coming. Well, I'm missing something. I hope you're all checking out unfamiliar channels other than Brett's. Don't subscribe. Brett's channel is very controversial. It's not for the lighthearted, so he's a great supporter for everybody else, though. So try it out. Okay, don't put your garlic in until you're about ready to mix everything, because you don't want to burn your garlic. So 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm going to turn that back down. I don't want to get a burn on my face. And I'm mixing it all, grease and all. I did not drain the grease from the bacon. We want to leave all that in there. I'm not putting butter in or oil or anything that is going to be what I use. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. A half teaspoon of Tony Chachere's Cajun seasoning. That gives us a little heat. And you can use a half teaspoon of salt. I have coarse salt, so I went down a little bit so it's not so much. So I'm doing 1/4 teaspoon of that. That is my seasoning. That's what I'm doing. I have not tried this recipe. I've made cracked green beans and I've made green bean casserole. I'm combining the two. So there's our oven beeping. So before I go and check that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to add, I have 28 ounces of French style green beans. You can use 2 of these or 4 the normal size. You can use whatever style green beans you like. We like the French style. I think that's typical for green bean casserole. You can use fresh green beans if you like and just cook them down prior to. So that's one. I'm going to kind of just get it mixed together before I have a whole lot in this pan. I'm going to get it all mixy. Okay, that's 1 can. 2 cans. Like I said, I'm using 2 of the 28 ounces of green beans. I think that's pretty equivalent to 4 of the normal size. And I'm using the French style green beans. You can use whole, cut, whatever, fresh, frozen, whatever. Just make sure they're soft before you put it in with your mixtures. All right. That's mixed. I'm gonna go check the cornbread. Be right back. Okay, 20 minutes. It's still not done. So I'm gonna let it go for about another 15 minutes. I figured that it would probably take longer. All right, I am using a 10.5 ounce can of cream of mushroom, and I put my spoon too far away. You can add more, less. You can use cream of celery. You can use cream of chicken. If you don't like mushroom, just use a cream of something. Cream of something soup. Again, cream of mushroom is kind of like your standard or traditional green bean casserole. So I'm trying to stick with that in a sense. So get that all mixed together. Nice and incorporated. Yeah, just the right amount of bacon and onion. You can see that popping through. I think this is going to be pretty delicious. The cracked green beans are really good. And green bean casserole is always a favorite anyway. That looks good. We've seen Kelly use those yes. Yes. French fried onions. We're going to save some for the top, but we're also going to mix some in. Maybe like a quarter. I've been making green bean casserole for Thanksgiving since I was probably 10. That's always been something my mom had me make. So I know that recipe like the back of my hand. So that's why I'm trying something different. Get all that mixed in. I don't like to do a whole lot of dishes, even though I have kids to do it. I'm trying to save them on dishes. So question, are the cracked green beans just the bacon, onion with the beans? No, cracked green beans, I have a recipe. I've made them. It's in one of my playlists. It's on there. Cracked green beans is green beans, bacon, onion, brown sugar, balsamic vinegar, and I'm sure I'm missing something. And you kind of just fry them up in the pan. Just as I did before I mixed it, you want to use probably whole or cut green beans and not the French style, because these are a little bit more delicate. But the brown sugar and balsamic vinegar creates like a glaze. And then of course the bacon, which makes everything better. Everything's better with bacon, butter, and mayonnaise. I'll repost or see if I can share the cracked green beans on my community tab, and it'll make it easier for you to find. They were delicious. Very, very, very good. Okay, so I have my casserole dish. I'm going to pour my green beans in. Make sure you get all that good juice. Flatten it out. gonna move this out of the way so you can see. Can you see it? Now, I'm going to top with the remaining of my fried onions. Now really this just has to go in the oven and kind of get all hot and toasty and combined together. Nice, happy, and merry together in the oven. I'm gonna go pop this in the oven and check the cornbread. Be right back. Clean up my mess. Move this. So the good thing about these types of recipes and meals is they can all kind of go in together in the oven. You don't have to really fluctuate your time a whole lot because majority of your casseroles kind of just have to get heated through. Hey William, I'm sorry, I don't know if I said hello to you earlier. Good to see you. Whoop. So yeah, you can throw it all in there and let it get all hot and toasted together. Some things are varied, not a whole lot. If it's got egg in there, you want to make sure your temperature's high enough to get that baked. A lot of things you can prepare ahead of time. Green bean casserole is one of them. You can make that the night before or 2 nights. Cover it, put it in the refrigerator, and when it's time, pull it out, pop it in the oven. You're gonna jump off. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Alfonso. Glad to see you come in. Glad you got your stickers. Bake until bubbly. That's right. I hope that it's delicious. I know the cracked green beans are delicious. We know green bean casserole is delicious, at least here in my house. So I'm combining the two and hoping for that sweet and savory type dish. I did this hot. So we're waiting. You're paying better attention than when or resting. Waiting on the cornbread to come out because I want you to see what the doneness looks like, how you know it's done. Your mom makes that without bacon. Yeah, try it. I mean, it can't be bad. I mean, if you like bacon, and who doesn't like bacon? If you don't like bacon, something's wrong with you. That ain't a me problem. That's a you problem. If you make the green bean casserole ahead of time, do you wait to top with the onions? Yes. Yes. You want to throw those on before you pop them in the oven because you want those to be crispy. You want that to be crispy on top. Oh, wings. Oh, the wings are... I was like, I'm just going to leave that alone. The wings are resting. That sounds good. So we're going to make the cornbread into dressing. I'm not going to do that on live. That'll be another time. I'm just going to try to do 2 recipes every Friday. It may be a video. It may be a live. We'll see. It's hard to be live, especially during the day when the kids are home, dogs. There's a lot to go on here. Hey, Dave Walker, thanks for coming in. Number 15. Awesome. You have a bacon tattoo? You liar. Yes, I'm a good marriage together. Bacon, onion, casserole. Yum. My kids hate the word casserole. They won't eat it. They say, oh, we don't like casserole. But casserole's different no matter what you do. You can make it any kind of way. There's so many possibilities. If you don't like onion, you don't have to put onion in it. You don't like bacon, don't use bacon. However, but you got to have a cream of something soup. You got to have the French onions on top. I mean, that's just what makes it green bean casserole. You really do on your forearm. Bacon, eggs, and toast. That's hilarious. Have I ever been to a bacon festival? No. And yes, Mr. Red eats everything. He eats everything I eat, and hardly ever does he not like something. Cabbage is about the only thing. I love one dish meals. Yes, me too. You see, I put all that in one pot. There was no reason to mix and mingle. So I literally have a bowl, a pot. I don't wash my cast iron. I wipe it off. Hardly ever do I put anything in the cast iron skillet that would cause it to stick or burnt. I want some candied bacon. Candied bacon is delicious. Have you ever had chocolate covered bacon? That's interesting. My daughter doesn't do casserole because everything is mixed together. My kids too. My son has gotten better. I don't know if it's a teenager thing. He eats everything now. It's not a problem. But before, if his food touched on his plate, nope. You are a true cook. No washing the cast iron. Absolutely not. It makes me so furious. I tell the kids all the time, just stick it back in the oven. I'll take care of it later. Do you oil your skillet? Yes, I use lard. I coat all the time. Before, after each use, I coat. You were like that young when you were younger, your cheeseburger and fries couldn't touch. I can't imagine. I've never really been, I don't think that I've ever been a picky eater, but I come from a very diverse family. I have Southern, I have Cajun, I have Northern. So, I mean, anywhere from jambalaya to Cincinnati chili. I was raised on eating. And everything in between, the Southern. Chocolate covered bacon, yes. And you also like chocolate covered coffee beans. That's different. But they're good. It's an actual coffee bean that's covered in chocolate like an M&M. You still have the section plates. Yeah, my kids have those. I had those. I don't do it anymore. They're too big for that. You once had a friend for dinner and she helped clean up and she had my skillet and oh no, I would have freaked. I would have like, no. No, I was in college helping clean out my grandma's cabinets and found my divided plates I used when I was young, so nothing could I had those for my kids. I don't know that I used those myself, I guess because I wasn't a picky eater as a child. I don't know. The only thing I can remember complaining about was chicken. We ate chicken all the time. My dad loves fried chicken. Drove me nuts. I was like, chicken, chicken, chicken. My mom still mocks me for it. My uncle used to put everything on top of each other, including the pumpkin pie. Yep. I don't care when my Thanksgiving plate is made, I don't care what touches because I like it all. Cranberry sauce on everything. You quickly educate. Good. Good, good, good. You make an awesome banoff pie. I don't know if I'm saying that right. ABD, I'm not old enough to be your mom. Can't go wrong with fried chicken. I love fried chicken. It just got old. It got old. We're just waiting on the the cornbread to come out. Everybody have a good Halloween. Did y'all have trick-or-treaters? Did you go trick-or-treating? Some of you have babies still, little ones. Some of you have big little ones. Our trick-or-treat sucked. Chicken, chicken, chicken. See, my mom always mocks me. Kim is my mom, by the way. That's who's taught me how to cook and allowed me to cook in her kitchen and make plenty of messes as a child. Home and ate candy. Yeah. Oh yeah, you ate your you ate the candy off of your wreath. Just means you were the odd child when it comes to food, not touching ABD. That's what I'm having tonight. Fried chicken. We're having chicken and dressing. Now look at you. Pro, I'm saying. Yep, you've taught me. You've taught me well, mother. I cook and I work in the environment I was raised in. You need to get some candy on sale. Yes, and I thought about that. We had an awful, awful time trying to trick-or-treat last night. Between trying to make it home from work. So Tuesdays I have an hour-and-a-half commute. One way, one direction. It's like, I can't remember. 80-something miles one way. So it's an hour and a half to get there. I left 2 hours early, so I only worked 6 hours, and then I had an hour and a half drive back home. So I had called my kids on the way home, told them all the things I needed done to be ready so that I could come in, 5:30, get them ready. I had to do their makeup. One was an Indian, one was a blinged out ghost face from Scream, and then my son was Jelly Roll. So I had a lot of makeup to do besides the Scream mask. One was asleep. My son, I had to coach him through making chili in the crock pot. I just had used canned beans, ground meat in the seasoned packet. Told him what to do, throw it all in the crock pot. He was the only one that did anything. The house was a wreck because they didn't pick up anything. They come in and they throw their stuff around. The one was asleep and was grumpy when she got up. Then we left. We finally got home. Headed out a couple miles down the road to hit a couple neighborhoods. No one was there. So I had seen where they had set some neighborhoods up on the way home. It was kind of in a different direction, and so we turned around, headed back there. It was so packed that they had the police letting people in and out of the neighborhood. I guess because they were so busy and expected so many, they were only handing out like one piece of candy. And so after about 3 miles of walking the neighborhood, they barely had anything in the bottom of their bag. So on the way home, I needed to stop and get sour cream for our chili. And I just bought 3 bags of candy. I was like, here, trick or treat, and give me my candy tax. Because we enjoyed the candy too. Let's see, Robin, that sounds good. I missed your recipe. Buy a pie crust and 3 to 4 bananas, a can of condensed milk, evaporated milk, and whipping cream. Boil the milk until it forms caramel. Cut the banana, pour caramel, whipped cream, and grate some chocolate. Oh, now that sounds good. We'll have to try that. Let me see. You make Nashville hot chicken. Of course you do. Even though I could have made the course meal at the same time, it takes me to prep and cook wings. Yeah, wings do take a while. I like to marinate my wings in a little buttermilk and a little Frank's Red Hot. place in the fridge for an hour and you're ready to go to heaven. That sounds like heaven. Les' house is lit up when I went to with the older kids, but last night the kids still hit quite a few houses, fortunately. Well, good. Price Chopper's making yours. Very nice to buy candy for all the kids since they were kind of houses. Yeah, next year, I mean, they're going to be almost 11 next year. When do they grow out of wanting to trick or treat? I don't like it anymore. Yeah, I want to do a party. Yeah, we bought, of course, all chocolate because that's what I wanted. So we got the York peppermint patties, which I think I'm the only one that likes those. Heath bars, Kit Kat, the different varieties of Snickers, and the different varieties of M&Ms. My older kids stopped around age 13. When you say no, when they have to work. There was several teens last night. My son didn't get out of the car. He was dressed up and he looked really cool. But he didn't want to. But he looks like an adult, so I guess he felt uncomfortable. He's 6'8" and 320 pounds. He's a big dude to be 15. So that's my timer. Let me go check the cornbread. Let's put this out just in case it's ready so I can show you. It's ready. Here it comes. Ta-da-da. Here is the cornbread. Oh, my nose is itching. There it is. That is Southern style cornbread. Let's see. I told the youngest two, 11 and 9, they can trick or treat as long as they want. Adults trick or treat. They love costumes. Let's see if they keep doing it. That's interesting. I mean, I feel like if you come to my door, which I don't get trick-or-treaters, so, but if you come to the door and you put effort, I'm going to give you a piece of cornbread. I'm going to give you a piece of cornbread, a piece of candy. Oh, that's right. Rather them come trick-or-treating than to get in trouble. Yep. This is the cornbread. It kind of went flat, and that's probably from where I opened the oven. Try not to open your oven if you're making cornbread, cakes, pies, any of that stuff. I never went trick-or-treating as a kid, so it was a learning experience the first time. My mom didn't let us start going until I was probably 8, 9, 10, something like that. The dogs are put up. Oh, I forgot I left one. Gosh, at least it's just him barking. So that's it. Do Canadians eat cornbread? I don't know. Yes. Mr. Red's home. Do you put sugar in cornbread? Yes. I put the directions upstairs. I got sidetracked. I put the directions in the description here. I put a cup of sugar in. This is double the recipe though. It's all to your tasting. If you don't like sugar, you don't have to put sugar. I think that it helps kind of bring in some flavor to it, just a little bit. Half a cup of sugar in this big. This is a 10-inch skillet. It's pretty big. You can put honey. If I was eating this like just as a side with like beans, or just as a side with dinner, I would brush the top with butter. a little honey butter is amazing. You can always do that. It just depends. Some people like it sweet, some people don't. I think it goes back and forth as far as what's traditional Southern and what's not. I can't tell you. I mean, I don't have Southern roots that go back far enough to tell me yay or nay. I don't think my mom uses sugar in hers. Maybe if she does, it's just a tiny bit. So that's it, y'all. The cornbread's ready. The next time I come back and cook with you, be next Wednesday, 4 o'clock. We'll do it again. Not sure what we'll be making yet. Maybe the cranberry sauce and maybe dressing. I'm gonna make this into chicken and dressing for my family tonight. I'll cook up another batch of cornbread and let that sit overnight. So the recipe I use is what I will be using for dressing. You let it sit overnight. Cook it, let it sit, let it kind of get stale in a way. I mean, not that it tastes bad, but it needs to dry out. It needs to dry out for your dressing. So, like I said, follow this recipe for the dressing. I will come back and we'll make the dressing together with another pan. So it's not going to look like this, or maybe it will. I don't know. Sometimes things don't come out the same as far as looks. Like I said, it kind of went flat in the middle where I opened the oven door. So I will take this, let it sit overnight, crumble it, not too crumbly, mix it with my vegetables, and we'll make a dressing out of that. So maybe next Wednesday we'll do the dressing and the homemade cranberry sauce, which I have not made before either. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of what I have made, what I have experienced making, along with something different that we can try together. And I hope that you have enjoyed watching this today. I'm glad to be back. It's been a minute. I'm going to try to keep some lives going, keep some interaction. I enjoy being with you all in other channels. You all are awesome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Do let me know if you try any of the recipes. I will post the cracked green bean recipe in my community tab for easy access for y'all to find it, because I'm not real sure. It's in a playlist. I don't remember which one it's called. I need to do some better organization with that. Anyways, thank you again. You guys rock. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and help me out. Share this video out. Invite your friends. And we'll do it again next week. We'll see y'all later. Bye.